Let me define boyfriend country
Oh, my
first.
Jesus.
I have coined the term boyfriend country where 5 dudes
Accurate.
fix their hair like Buckwheat has right now. They
What's wrong?
roll up to the club,
Okay.
the honky tonk.
This is what we're going to do? Okay.
And they think that they're pulling chicks. They're in. They got 26s. You know, jacked up 6-inch lift trucks
Dustin, I hope you're watching this.
and LEDs in their headliner, twinkle stars, and they're like, they ain't ready for us tonight, bro.
Welcome back to the wood panel.
Welcome back. Right now, I got a temporary mic from my friend Tom Hughes, so I don't know how this is gonna sound. I hope that you guys can hear me and that it's working.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's not 2 of us. We finally got Danny here.
Yes.
Welcome to the
one,
wood panel.
The only. Yes.
So Tommy,
Tommy was here
Dr.
this
Tommy.
morning. Yep, Dr.
Wow.
Tommy. That show will be out later this week.
shout out Tommy.
Shout out Tommy. Danny's been obviously watching the show, and there's a running joke going. It's shout out, and Buckwheat has created the shout out. So I guess every show we just got to have a shout out, and Dan's shouting out Tom.
Yeah, I had to be the first one. You know, I felt like when I saw you do that like several times on the first one, I was like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
You know, you
So
got- that's
you're
gotta
making
be-
sure it's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shout out like everybody that I
For
know
sure, yeah,
throughout
shout-
this
hey,
thing.
shout out.
Dude, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
I
for
know
having
this.
me.
I know this isn't your scene,
No, not typically.
but I think it's gonna be fun. Obviously, you're a big part of all of our stories, so having you here and putting a face to the man himself, Dan the Man.
I wouldn't say all that, but
I mean, I would.
yeah.
I would say
I
that.
appreciate
I
that.
always say it's the one and the only.
The one and only Dan.
Yes. There's nobody else is like that.
Messy
know-
Messer.
You know my name. You don't meet a lot of Dannies. You know, like we had this conversation in a barbershop. So
Dude,
I'm like,
I think
it was you.
Yeah, because
was like-
normally people's real name's Daniel.
Yeah, and I
And
said
then
that,
short
and
for
you were
Danny.
like, "No." I was like, "Yeah."
Dude, any parent that just goes, I'm going to name my son Danny, this just does not care, bro. That is like,
When I was younger, I had a little bit of complex about my name. I was like, I don't know if I really like it because there wasn't many Dannies in my elementary school.
Yeah.
There
Try
was
being Buckwheat.
Daniels, but yeah, try to be Buckwheat.
Yeah, try being Buckwheat, but go ahead.
So I don't know. I just like, didn't like it for a minute, but then it grew on me, and obviously I like my name.
So how many people you think call you just Dan?
A few people,
Do you get that more often than you get Danny?
probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Danny's. It sounds like, I don't know, for some reason like a '70s name.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah,
But
I wasn't there either. 1985. Shout
Well,
out 1985.
don't
shout out 1985.
don't call him Daniel. His name's Danny.
Yes,
Right,
it's
yeah.
Danny. It is Danny. So
It's like, don't call Buckwheat Ronald. It's Buckwheat.
This is the owner of Break Room Barbers. He
Yes.
hates when we say the owner.
this is our boss.
Sometimes I bow to him. Whenever I ask him for something, I'm like, Sir Danny,
Yes.
can I please have one piece of gum?
Danny, can I please just work a little extra today? Please. Just let
That
me.
is funny.
That
is
is.
funny. When you're like, yeah, I just really am trying to get some hours in, but
Yeah.
he's not letting me.
Danny's not giving them to us. Well, a lot of people ask me all the time how you came up with the name Break Room and stuff like that, and I don't know. So the floor is yours. Tell us how you came up with the name and
The process of it.
yeah, the process of that.
Well, before I got into barbering, I had several jobs, a lot of jobs.
You had a lot
But
of jobs.
A lot of jobs.
What was before we do that, what's the worst job you had back then?
Probably a janitor at Pilot. Yeah.
You were
Yeah,
a
I was
janitor?
a janitor at Pilot off the Richwood exit from the age of like
Damn, you wasn't even
16.
working a cashier. You were
Well, I
just
started off as the janitor.
okay,
Yeah.
and you worked your way
Damn.
And
up.
I worked my way up.
That's sick.
They they saw something in me, you know.
Dude,
They were
you
like,
had true,
Yeah, like this
guy-
dude.
Yeah.
true talent.
Yes, this dude could definitely turn these
Yeah.
gas pumps on.
So yeah, right. No, I cleaned the toilets and the showers at Pilot because truckers wash themselves.
Dude, you were the first lot lizard of Richwood.
Well, I never sold myself to
You did it for
truckers,
free?
But I did sell myself to Pilot for $12 an hour.
Yeah.
You know.
What was the what's the nastiest thing you've seen in a trucker's
Oh God,
in a truck stop?
dude, it's wild.
Let's just say, what's the nastiest thing you've seen in the showers?
Well, there was a time where I had to clean the showers, and I was refilling like the paper towel dispenser,
Uh-huh.
and it fell out of the wall.
The whole dispenser.
The whole thing came out of the wall.
Yeah.
And then I like kind of peeked in because it was in like inside the wall.
Mm.
There was a pair of shit in underwear.
Oh God,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
that's
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
wild.
dude, it's pretty gnarly.
I think we
feel
could
like you
touch
should
on-
be, like a hazard job. You know, you get
Yeah.
hazard pay or something.
I
You
think
should've.
talking about our
Yeah.
prior jobs would be good. Go ahead and tell us about break room, and we'll get into that. I think that's be a fun.
All right, so you asked me like how I came up with the name and
Yeah.
you know, da da da. So one of the other jobs that I had, I worked at the steel mill off the Wilder exit, Newport Steel, and you know, all of our jobs were like really spaced out, and occasionally like jobs you would work with somebody, but for the most part, like you were just spread out and you didn't really get to bullshit and have a good time. But when break time came around or lunch,
Yeah.
you would go to the break room, and that's where you know everybody's cracking jokes and making fun of each other, and it was fun. Like you looked forward to
Break.
catching up with the guys and
Yeah,
taking a break. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that kind of stuck in my head. And then I played around with like break room barber shop, break room barbers, the break room, just like different things like that. But break room barbers just had like the flow and the sound, and
Yeah, I like
it
it.
had to be it.
Dude, I
Yeah,
think that's the most creative thing you've ever done.
probably.
And
Ever.
I'm wondering, like, where'd your creativity go? Sometimes I'm like,
know,
dude, does
we
this?
talked about this. Like,
Yeah, this guy.
There comes a time where you feel like dull.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it comes and goes. I guess there's ebbs and flows of creativity and feeling. I don't know. Feeling
Do you
all,
think-
all, I would say all artists and what they create, they ain't creating bangers all the time.
yeah.
I agree.
Not all albums are
Yeah,
bangers.
I mean, it happens.
Thanks. I feel like you're on my
No
side.
problem, buddy. I am on your side.
Hell yeah.
Always.
I know.
So,
Okay. Hey, he knows. My bad.
do you think that looking at the barbershop now, is this where you envisioned it to be?
You know, there was one vision that came to me throughout the whole process. It was very weird. And it's when I looked through the glass. Like I drove around, there was a few different spots. There was couple existing barbershops that had, you know, closed. An old guy had retired, and the place was vacant. I called and talked about that, but somebody else was on the list. And it was
Yeah.
a good thing that didn't happen because that
For
building
sure.
got demolished.
Mm.
So it's no longer there. It's been gone for probably close to 2 years now.
Okay.
But, and then I remembered, you know, I grew up in Walton, and that little strip that we're in, I was like, oh, shit, I better go out there and just kind of peek, look, and see what's up there. And then as soon as I pulled in, I saw for rent sign in the glass. I was like, that's kind of wild.
That is. I've never seen a for rent sign there since we've been there.
Yeah, and it was in the glass. So, like, there's always the board that's out on the corner.
Yeah.
But that goes to, like, a realtor, and that's different than, like, the owners of the building. Anyway, so the only vision that I saw, actually, was, like, peeking in the glass. And it just kind of came to life. And I was like,
Yeah,
This
just
is it.
envision all the chairs,
This is
where
it,
your
yeah.
chairs are going to be,
Yeah.
mirrors, back bars, all that
yeah.
stuff.
So, you know, took a chance and called the number. And I'm pretty sure I talked to Gary, one of the owners or several owners.
Mhm.
But he was like, yeah, I can be up there. I can show you. Like, cool. And he goes, don't call that number on the billboard because they're going to give you a different number than what we can. And I was like, oh, fine. Okay. Well, I'll just keep this number in my phone. Anyway, he comes up there and I walk around. I was like, man, this is perfect. You
Mhm.
know? So they just started off me. And I think it was probably around like July 4th, actually. And one of my old friends that I grew up with in Dayton, he was an elementary school friend, Trevor Gorman.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Trevor.
and he was my first client
In break room.
in break room, and it was
Cool.
actually like a day before I was actually supposed to open.
That's awesome.
So I just did something illegal, and
Dude,
I'm admitting to
criminal.
it. I know.
When you were
Wild.
brainstorming paint colors, did you just pick your son up from daycare or something?
Yeah.
The shop used to be
Shit yellow.
shit yellow,
That color actually was vintage yellow.
vintage yellow.
You can say what you want, but I think you got it from that truck stop.
You know, I think it served us well.
I think it did too.
for-
I
for
actually
first
I liked
few
it,
years.
and there's times that I miss that. I think that but it ran its course for us.
Yeah,
I really
love-
liked it. I'll put a photo up of what the old shop looked like. I thought the yellow did well.
It did well, but I think that the remodel, like the place now, looks awesome.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I think the reason we say it looked like shit is because of the remodel now looks so good
Yeah,
that it made it look that bad.
yeah, and we all came together, and that's what's fun. Like being in a group, like we can talk about what we want,
Yeah.
what we like, and our
For sure.
vision for what the shop is, and
Yeah.
I like to take everybody's suggestions in, and because we're all there, like
Yeah.
we're there more than we're home. Sometimes, like seeing
I see you
our
more
family.
than I would say I see my own family
Yeah, it's pretty wild,
for sure.
but yeah, it looks great now, but it's no more daycare yellow.
People always are like, asking the dynamic of the shop, and they're like, so what do you like? What's Danny do? I'm like, dude, Danny just pays the bills and he's there, bro. Like, Danny literally lets us do anything that we want. We have
Yeah.
any input at the shop. It's a true collective community there that, everything, it's hard to have something that everyone can chip in on and be a part of. But I think that organically you've let us be just as much of a part of it as you are.
For
And-
sure.
For sure. I think that's really the only way, in my eyes,
Yeah.
for things to work successfully
Yeah.
is that, for one, like, stepping back a little bit, like, and all those other jobs that I've had, that was part of the reason of going into barbering.
Yeah.
Was because I wanted to be able to make my own schedule, have my own time. You guys have talked about that on
Yeah.
here before.
Oh yeah.
And it's super important, especially once you start having kids and they're in sports and you're married and you
Got
got
school,
you got stuff to
daycare,
do at
all
home.
that stuff.
It's so hard. Like, back to when I was working at the mill, there were several times where I was working like 16-hour days. I missed friends' weddings and, other holidays. And
16-hour days.
yeah,
There's only 24 hours in a day.
right. Well, you get forced over. So like
Dude,
if
you only had 8 hours of just being off you need 8 hours of
Yeah.
sleep to live.
well, that's why it just kind of
Dude, that's
did what
kinda
you
nuts.
could
sucked.
do.
It kinda
Yeah,
sucked, yeah.
sucked.
That's
Yeah.
nuts,
I mean,
dude.
I made good money and the benefits were great, and that's what tied people to the place was
The benefits.
the benefits and making good money and overtime and bonuses, and
Mhm.
those are the things that we don't get as a barber. But the trade off is the flexibility, and
For
that's
sure.
so big. I think especially now more than ever, like people are realizing that with after COVID and being able to work from home. And they see that they can work from home, and now these companies are bringing them back in. And like, what the hell? Like,
This
I've
sucks.
been doing my job for 3 years from home. Why am I
Yeah.
coming back? But so saying that all those benefits that you do get with, overtime and
Yeah.
all that stuff, it's just the flexibility is just trumps all that stuff.
For sure. And to go back on how Logan says you pretty much make, if no one, first person that, say a person just came in the shop and they'd never been there, no one would ever know who the owner is because you don't act like it. You know
Well,
what
yeah,
I mean?
I don't
'Cause
want
'cause- exactly. Because
Yeah.
you make it feel like it's everybody's shop.
Yeah.
And to just reiterate on that, when I got there, I've only been there, 2.5, maybe 3 years. And I would say my first 6 months, and I had a big say on the merch. You let me pretty much pick that out.
Yeah.
And that just shows that you are willing to let everybody have a say in everything.
Well, I like it to be our place.
For sure.
As long as you're barbering there and hanging out and putting out great haircuts and just
Showing up.
yeah.
to your
Well, I mean, you gotta
appointments.
be there, right? Yeah, but you
Yeah.
get to choose that, and And that just translates to, you know, if you're happy, then the client's happy. If the client's happy, then the business is happy, and
Yeah.
everybody's happy.
Yep.
You know, like obviously you just can't be. We can't be in there like an hour a day because that just won't, it would never work. But I think that we all know that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So basically, Break Room Barbers, badass. Come see us.
That's right.
I think that's all we're going to talk about Break Room because you should just come there and get your hair cut.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
and
more.
probably
There's,
for a lot of people that are watching
Yeah.
this are probably.
Yeah, I think they
already-
know that we work at Break Room.
they know
Uh,
Danny.
So I think, like I said earlier, digging into like our old jobs, I think that's going to be that's a funny way to tell some stories.
Yeah.
Buckwheat, you should start us off. Give us
My
give us.
first job.
It doesn't have to be your first job. Just a job. Just a story from a job.
Okay, I'll tell you a story. So, I was right out of high school. I knew I wasn't going to go to college because I barely got through high school. Seriously, because I just didn't care. So, my mom, she was like a team lead at Dana,
Okay.
and she's still there.
A
So
lot,
she's
a
been-
lot of people work there.
Yeah,
And
she's
I've
been.
heard that's a pretty good job.
It ain't. It is, but it ain't. But
It-
anyway,
right.
it's like I started there. She got me a job there, and I was like, I want to be on your line. Like she gets to call the shots for me. You know what I mean? She works just like everybody else does, and she got me on her line, and she got me the easiest job. Right?
Hell yeah.
This is it's funny, and the people that know me are gonna be like, absolutely, he did this, but it's kind of just like, what a girly way to do this. But anyway, all I was doing is putting these plugs in like a cam thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it was called, but it was like a cam, and you just put a plug in, and it would just go down this assembly line. And I would be doing that. I would spray this glue, stick a tag on it, and then pretty much just hand plug this. I wasn't tightening it, just hand plug. That's all I did all day. And it would just come down an assembly line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would just love when the line broke down. You know what I'm saying? You would just love when the line broke down. Anyway, I hated it. The easiest job on there, I hated it.
Yeah. It's just monotonous.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
It
Mind
was-
numbing.
it was stupid. It was
Yeah.
tedious. I hated it. So every time I got the chance, I went to the bathroom and I hung out in there forever. And the
I could see
messed up reason, this is screwed up. It's funny because she's going to see this and it's going to be funny. But I had her working the entire time I was in the bathroom. Like, so when
So
we,
your mom would cover your job?
yeah. And I would
And
just,
she's probably thinking, I got this guy a job?
yeah. So literally, I would just be in the bathroom, not even using it.
Just chilling.
Yeah, because we never got to sit down.
I
So
bet he was standing in the mirror fixing his hair.
nope, I was
Probably.
sitting on the toilet with my
We're
pants
doing
on,
this.
just like this on my phone.
Not
Swear.
even down?
Nope, just on my
So
phone.
people are going to come in and be like,
I would sit in there for like 10 minutes, come back out, and she'd be like, yeah, that was long enough. I'd be like, belly hurts. Sorry.
every day?
Swear. And then,
Dude.
like you said, you get forced over. So if you worked in a temp service, you would get forced over. And I was a temp at the time.
Yeah. You have to, like do
And-
6 months before you get like hired on.
Something like
full-time.
that, yeah. And, I would wake up with a good attitude being like, oh, I'm going to work over today. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool.
Yeah.
Lunchtime, I'm begging my mom, please don't make me stay over.
Like it's her
Please,
choice
yeah,
again.
please don't let them make me stay over. And
Would
she's
she
like,
cover for you? Like if you did get.
she was like, no, I can't help that.
Oh,
If they
okay.
make you stay, you got to stay.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not staying. I quit. But that job sucked. That's probably the worst job I ever had. I would say that, and
That's actually not bad if that's true.
Yeah,
I worked
that's not bad. Danny's
I
about to.
fished fucking dirty underwear out of a wall. Actually,
No, I ain't
I
never-
didn't pull those out. I put the thing back on.
you ain't gonna lie. You already
You were
said it.
sniffing them.
You
bro.
I bet you were like, I wonder if these would fit me. But that probably my worst. I would say that's my first job. That was my first job. What would you say your worst?
Give it. Let's get
hold
Danny.
on, real quick. Something just came to mind when you said, yeah, you probably put them on. Y'all ever see those videos of this guy who, I don't know why he does it. He'll take rugs. They're dirty as hell. I don't know what the hell these people have been doing with
And
these
clean 'em?
rugs. Yeah.
And spray them?
Yes.
And like,
Yes. So you've seen it.
yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen it.
It's like maybe a $30 rug, and a guy spends probably $200 in product on this thing to get it clean.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
How do you know they're $30?
I don't know. I'm just estimating.
I don't think you know rug cost. I went to a rug auction recently, and Persian rugs are insanely expensive.
What do you think the cheapest one was? Cheapest
I would say
one
this wasn't
was
Persian.
there?
I would say it was Chinese.
Dude. You know how your stomach hurt? Mine actually hurt when I looked at it. I was shitting a brick. I looked at them and I was like, you went through the tags and they were like $20,000 for rugs.
Who's buying a $20,000 rug?
Yeah.
These
and
people that I was at this auction with,
What was it made of?
Were you
some of them were made of silk, different types
High-end,
of
yeah.
no, just wool, whatever. And they were, dude.
Were
So-
you hold up, were you at Sotheby's?
No,
The auction place that sells like
no, I was
Crazy
at
shit.
like some
you ever heard of
Turkish
it?
rug shop. Sounds like I'm saying rub, and now everyone think I'm at Rub and Tugs. I was not at a Turkish Rub and Tug this time, but
Just not this time.
yeah.
Anyway.
So I was there, walked in because it was like posted on estate sales, and just so you guys know, those rugs were for sure not $30.
Well,
And if he's putting that much effort into cleaning it, it's for a
it
reason.
probably is worth it. I hope so because
Yeah.
the guy really does. He does a good job.
It's a
but-
satisfaction kind of watch too.
Yeah.
You might not like it, but I like it. Obviously,
No,
you like it
it's-
because you watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I have. I've watched probably at least one of them,
A
maybe
few.
two. But
And you've watched the whole thing. It ain't like you're like,
yeah,
oh, this dude's
because you're
stupid.
like,
can he
how
really-
much more shit can come out of this rug?
Yeah, you want to know, can you get it brand new again?
Yeah,
And that's
That's
why.
pretty good.
And honestly, that's probably why that dude's posting it.
yeah.
So
you're right.
good job, Danny.
Yeah, I watched it.
I think that we need to touch on Buckwheat's music taste, dude. So in the barbershop, a huge.
Bro, your all's music sucks.
This is going to be so controversial because.
Yeah.
So before Buckwheat came there, our biggest
Go Motley
playlist would
Crue.
probably be Breaking Benjamin Radio, Led Zeppelin,
probably Nirvana. Radio.
Nirvana, Alice in Chains,
Yeah.
Sabrina.
Pearl Jam, and then Buckwheat comes in, and I swear to God, I've never heard more Morgan Wallen, just garbage.
You know, don't get me wrong. Like some songs, like I enjoy and I like, but what happens is, and it's the weirdest thing. And me and Buck, we have talked about this several times, and I kind of get it after having a conversation with him, but I really don't. Like,
Yeah.
When particular artists that he puts on, if you at the end of the day you ask me, it felt like the same song.
Yeah, it
Just
does seem like the same song.
continuously
For sure.
all day.
Mhm.
It's the same, like, I don't know, sound, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little hokey because they all got the
The twang. Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
and
yeah.
It feels forced.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel with most rock artists, or,
Yeah.
they're just using their own voice. Just
But we're talking about a guy that asked if Buckwheat looked at us and said, I don't know shit about Nirvana. Is that a chick or something? And I'm like, dude.
I thought it was Sabrina. I didn't know it was Nirvana.
you thought it was Sabrina.
The first time we talked about it in the shop, yeah.
The group's name was Sabrina.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
Dude, and this is the kind of
I'm
stuff
confused by how you
over
even get that.
and over. This guy
I'm not
bashes,
big.
you
I'm-
bash our music,
Yeah,
which
I-
is just normal WB and rock.
I hate that channel. I
And-
hate that channel.
And he's listening to Boyfriend Country.
Yeah, basically.
Bro, you're
but,
listening
like,
to-
just how.
Let me define Boyfriend Country
Oh, my
first.
Jesus.
I have coined the term Boyfriend Country, where 5 dudes
Accurate.
fix their hair like Buckwheat has right now. They
What's
roll
wrong?
they roll up to the club,
Okay,
the honky tonk,
this is what we're
And-
going to do. Okay.
and they think that they're pulling chicks. They're in. They got 26s, jacked up 6-inch lift trucks,
Dustin, I hope you're watching this.
and LEDs in their headliner, twinkle stars, and they're like, they ain't ready for us tonight, bro. And then they turn this music like, there's 10 and they turn it to 11, roll the windows down in the winter so people hear them showing up like, yeah,
that's
man, I love this. Dude, my girl. It's all about something about a girl.
Mhm.
It's garbage
Yeah.
to me.
That's
it's garbage. And now I'm sending you TikToks where it breaks down the lyrics of the songs that you're listening to. And I just don't understand how you just don't hear that. And you're just like, fuck yeah.
So that never happened. That story you just explained.
That story's happened 100 times.
Rolling through
And
the
it may
mall
not even have
parking
been
lot.
you.
the
I'm
mall
just-
parking lot.
I'm dude, I'm just
I don't know.
saying.
Walmart,
Boyfriend country.
McDonald's.
No.
There's
Where-
plenty of boyfriends. And when I say boyfriends, it's 5 guys that hang out, get in the truck, and roll up. And
Now,
they-
have I ever been with 5 guys? That sounds bad. Have I ever been with 5 friends in the same truck going out and us listening to music? Of course.
Yes.
But did I
Have you
ever
been in,
think?
Have you ever been in the same truck that I described?
Hold on.
I really
got
thought,
I got
yes.
a quick question. So, when the 5 of you are cruising around
Yeah.
listening to this music, are y'all singing it
To each other, like
in the cab, just like
I mean, we're
Like-
just vibing with it, just going, like, listening to the song.
my
Dude, it's like-
girlfriend left me?
That's not what we listen to.
It's
Yeah.
kind of all sounds like that. Though.
Okay, you let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. The way you explain what you explain is the same thing. Just flip it. You think all of my country music sounds the same. You don't think I hear all y'all's headbanging shit, and I'm like, this is terrible.
It's
Bro,
not headbanging
it's
shit.
not
the
headbanging
definition
shit.
of headbanging itself is completely different because those songs they all have like it's
the same shit: a guitar, a drum, and a screamer.
no.
They're not
no.
screaming.
It's the words that they use. If you listen,
I don't understand it because they're yelling it.
Well, they're kind of giving you emotion. You know, they're telling a story and describing certain scenarios.
Well, angels heard
yeah,
the news today.
Bro,
Badass.
that's what that. Yeah, I'm
Badass.
cool with that. Like you said, I like some of it,
Right.
and some of it I don't because some of it all sounds the same. I like some of the stuff you listen to,
bro, those guys
but the
got
other-
bars. Those guys got bars.
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying that, but there's some of the stuff that you all listen to. I'm like,
well, what I'm saying is like
this is the worst thing I've ever
We
heard in my
okay,
life.
we don't get to pick every song that comes on. It's not like we handpicked freaking Biscuit Bop.
I agree.
And you
no,
gotta
I agree
listen
with
to
that. I totally agree with that. But you all, like you said, you pick what Breaking Benjamin Radio,
Fire,
Nirvana,
Fire,
Nirvana, and what's another one?
Pearl Jam, Alice in
Jam.
Chains.
Yeah, Alice in Chains. I like Alice. I like some of the music, but every song that comes on, you all are like, yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Bro, because it is this.
Yes, but I'm
I
like,
may sing into my clipper.
when I walk
Dude,
in, when I walk in and I hear that, I'm like, I'm
Dude, if
done.
you
I
turn
hate
on-
this.
So you know the feeling. I just don't know how we can get past this.
You're not gonna get past that. I'm just gonna have to
Yeah.
suck it up because that's what I do.
No,
And
we,
we do
suck
it-
it up.
yeah,
we
we
listen
definitely-
to country
yeah.
way
Dude,
more
this
than we
whole
listen
last
to
week,
rock.
you all listened to that rock all week, bro. Saturday was the only time I picked my music today because
That
I
is
was there
not-
at 7 o'clock
That is
Yeah.
not true.
I didn't touch it. I let it roll.
because it was good.
Was
No.
not.
It was not.
No,
it was not.
it's horrible.
And it sounded like the
Dude.
same song from the time I
And the
got
more I
there.
have to hear it, I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I can't.
That's why I
When
I
I'm cutting hair,
suggested-
You all
when I'm
think-
cutting hair, I
Okay.
want to be vibing. I just
Okay.
want to be in there, just like,
Yeah, me too. I like to do that too. But you all are like this, like head banging, bro.
you're like this.
I've never done that.
No, so
for the
to
record.
reiterate this country music that I'm putting on, it's like Zach Top Radio. So
Hold on, I get down with Zach Top. You put on Colby Pooper,
Cole, don't ever say that again.
Mitchell Tenpenny.
Don't you disrespect him. He is good. Don't disrespect
Yeah,
Colby Cooper.
Colby Cooper.
Shout out to Colby. He is good. I never put Mitchell Tenpenny. Yes. Yes.
Colby Cooper.
Hey, Colby Cooper, Nirvana. No. So listen.
Nirvana.
Anyway, I never put Mitchell Tenpenny on in the shop. I'm only put on, Warren Zeters or Ziders, however anybody wants to put it. That's for Dakota. Dakota likes him.
All right.
I put I've never put Morgan Wallen on. Never. Never.
Do you like Luke Bryan?
No, I don't put him on.
I've seen you singing Luke Bryan
No,
songs.
there's some songs I like, but I wouldn't put him on in my car. When I get my car,
Yeah, what do you put on?
Yeah, are you putting the same person on that you put on in the barbershop?
no,
when you're gonna-
I have a handful of guys. I like Zach Top. I do like Mitchell Tenpenny, but I wouldn't put it in. That's just a different vibe. I wouldn't put it in there because he sometimes is sappy. Most of the time, he's a sappy guy. Colby Cooper, stud. He's good. I would listen to him. He's kind of the slash country into your all's rock thing. He isn't really singing about all that sad stuff. Matter of fact, I don't know a song that has beer in it.
Beer?
Yeah, because that's what Danny says. You got beer, you got your tractor. Go on, say what you say.
I mean, a lot of them do have that in there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
yeah.
disagree, but Colby
The
doesn't.
long neck bob. Like, what the fuck?
He's like, long neck. What the
Dude,
fuck?
and me and Danny, what if you getting into a song? I know someday you'll have a beautiful life. I know you'll be a star. And
Right.
what it's like, and then Buckwheat's
Yeah.
like,
This is terrible.
You ain't never gonna be a star.
yeah. This is stupider than hell. I'm like, dude, can you just get behind it one time? One time.
I try to get behind it, but like when I'm cutting hair and I hear,
Wah!
Oh
I
yeah.
go, I can't
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
Dude,
I'm like,
that-
bro,
that
what
actually
is
wasn't
this?
bad.
Dude,
That wasn't bad.
that build-up
You
is
did
like,
that pretty well.
I don't even know what the song's called, but I hear it all the time. I hear that song. I hear, let the parties hit the. I like Creed. When you put Creed on, I'm cool with that. What I don't understand how you like Creed and you like Breaking Benjamin, but you don't like Aaron Lewis's country. That is
I like Aaron Lewis country.
anybody that doesn't is delusional.
It's that one song. You know the title.
Country boy.
Is it Country Boy? I think you're right. Yeah, it is that one.
Yeah,
And it
I
hits.
grew up. That one,
Bro,
right?
Yes. Do you? I mean, there's a lot of music that we just
He's like,
we
"That's
just
not
we just
me."
hear. We just hear it. We don't pay attention to
I
the
was
lyrics. But if
raised-
you pay attention to the lyrics of that, you're like,
And a
Shut the
country
hell up.
boy is all I'll ever
You
be.
he could have seriously made 5 different songs out of that song. Like, but it felt like he crammed all of
Yes.
these cliches.
That's
into,
a banger, dude.
No,
It is.
no.
It is a banger.
We need you have a dictionary here? Because we need to look up banger, and that definitely would not.
I would say
Lit
banger
under-
is certified classic. You hear it, you know what
Yes.
mood's getting hit with that.
Yeah, I think so. I may be aggravating people by saying that about that song.
That song, yes, that
But
song's good.
I don't think
I had to get that out there
I
just so everybody else could see what shit you think is bad and what you think is good.
I mean, you
I like some of your all stuff. There is some songs that I like. I mean, Matchbox 20. If you all turn that on, I'm cool with that. I know you're like, oh my god.
90s
I like
country,
Matchbox 20.
90s country.
I'm cool with 90s.
Like, majority of that stuff is
I
fantastic.
agree, but
It's
look,
great.
let me ask you this: 90s country and today's is kind of the same thing.
No!
Today, hold on, time out. It's kind of I'm talking 90s as in Tim McGraw, George Strait.
Yeah, it's about a girl. And
Rodney
love
Atkins. It's
story.
always about a girl. The only thing different is these guys are singing it a little bit slower than Morgan Wallen is. Everybody, I mean, Morgan Wallen's getting into the rap shit. I'm cool. I'm cool on that. I'm not putting that on. I'm talking like, oh, John Party. Same stuff that they're singing, dude. John Party's just putting a little more beat into it. That's all it is.
Has
I
John
promise.
I don't know John Party. Does he play?
I don't
He,
either.
he plays. He plays
I
country.
thought he's made a name.
No,
up.
he plays
Like,
country.
just some random thing. See if we knew what we were talking about.
No, it's. I swear he plays country, but he sings the same thing. It's always about a girl. Someone's losing love. I hate that. That's what country's about, but that is what it is.
Yeah,
But I like country because I can relate to it. I can't relate to your all's headbanging stuff, or not even headbanging. I can't relate to the shit y'all listen to. I just
We're
can't.
not bashing you for liking it. We're bashing you for bringing
Putting it
it into
on
the
in the-
barbershop and like every single day.
Okay.
It sets the mood of
Okay.
that.
In the comments, I'm going to put this right now. Put this in the comments on this episode. Would you rather
Sure.
listen to
Country
country
or rock.
or rock in the barbershop? Let's
What
just do
What was
that.
that other? We did this before.
And I won.
Well,
Folk.
Was it folk?
Yeah, because you were like, because I threw in folk because you would have won on Tyler Childers. Because people like him.
Yeah, more Americana.
People love Tyler Childers.
I can't get into it. I liked him when he did
That's
drugs.
crazy. You
I like him when he
don't
did
even
drugs.
like Tyler Childers,
Yeah.
bro.
Bro, if he would go back to drugs, I'd listen to him. Dude, why'd you get clean?
A lot of artists were.
This guy likes country, but not Tyler Childers.
I like Tyler Childers some
Yeah, that
songs,
kind
but
of
some of them is
explains
like,
a lot.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm gonna just have to say, rock.
Yeah,
I
rock
do
over
like
country,
some rock,
bro.
but some of
if
the
I had
stuff.
to choose between the
What's
two, for
another
sure.
one?
Even if you put 90s and all of the, You know, I guess you Johnny Cash would definitely be in the country thing. Like even
Yeah.
all of that, I would still pick rock.
Yeah, you
over
all listen to, and
sure, but
you all do
it's
pick
close.
some good stuff. But if Anthony gets a hold of it,
Well,
yeah, I'm like, what is going on in here? Dude?
Well,
that. I'll say he goes with the flow with a lot of stuff, and he's actually picked up on the country stuff. There was an artist that you were listening
Coley
to.
Cooper.
Is that
Yeah.
him? And he
Yes.
was like listening to him in
Dude,
his car.
but
I
no
thought
one-
hell had froze over when he said that he was.
Bro,
putting
when I
that in
first
his car.
started and Logan looked at me and said, "You got Anthony singing Colby Cooper," I hated here.
dude,
I said, "Bro, Colby Cooper is good, bro."
Anthony hates anything that's on the radio. If we put anything on, he hates it. He hates Christmas music.
I love that.
other than Alabama's country.
He's gonna see that and be
Album.
like, I hate that.
He loves it.
His mom used to put it on
bro, who
every
don't
Christmas.
like Ian Munsick?
I mean, that's true. Ian Munsick,
Ian Munsick, bro, is him. Noah Khan
no con, yes.
is him. That's the country I listen to.
No, that ain't.
Oh my god.
Dude, no, it ain't. Come on.
I'm telling you.
When I get in the car and you'd be like, Logan, man, listen to this song.
You might-
You're gonna love it.
I'm never doing that ever again. So I got to used to do it. Everybody that I ever hung out with, they knew I was really big into music. You know, I just really, I was invested in that stuff. That's what I like to do. So when I got around my friends, I'm like, bro, listen to this song. And all of my friends would be like, dude, that's awesome.
Then you all could get in the truck together and just
And listen to it,
head
yeah.
to McDonald's.
That's
For
what they
sure,
thought
whatever.
of.
Yeah,
What, hey,
they're like,
that-
can you hit this note?
That never happened. But anytime I ever did it to Logan, biggest smartass I ever met.
Really?
I'd be like, Logan, listen to this song. He'd be like, yeah, it's fucking good. Good job. That's awesome. I can't wait to listen to that again.
That is accurate.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Oh, love it, dude. This is
Love
awesome.
it. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and every time he does it, I'll turn the radio off. I don't even show
and
it
that's
anymore.
hilarious.
That
It's
is-
not
That's
because
hilarious.
it's
That
not
is
because that's
hilarious.
like one of my things I like to do and see people's reactions, and he just never gives me one.
But he did.
No, he gave me one I didn't
He
like.
gave you a reaction, and I mean, you got to pick up on those cues. He did not like it.
Yeah, so I don't do it anymore. I haven't told him a new song in a while.
Yeah,
I like-
it's been awesome.
Well, you know, people are going to like what they like.
It's been awesome, bro. And guess what? I still found new songs I liked.
Yeah, because we like different things, but it ain't like I'm putting on Morgan Wallen and Lil Uzi Vert in there. I'm not doing that.
Dude, the stuff you were playing for me is worse.
It's not.
That Sam Hunt album,
That's the Sam Hunt. Which one is that one? I do like Sam Hunt. Dude, Sam Hunt's him. He was him. He's not now. I don't know what he's been doing. He needs to
Bro.
get his shit together.
I don't
But-
think we're just never going to agree on this.
No, we're not.
But
Well, I've heard that, there's music that just resonates with you.
For sure.
And typically, it comes at an age when you're like, I want to say it's like 12 to 16. In those years is what, like, I don't know, music does something to your brain, or you.
And that's
just
what you stay
always-
listening to.
Yeah, kind
Yes.
of, right?
When Logan was 12 through 16.
But you guys aren't that
He was-
far off. Like I'm.
How are you? I'm so sorry. Swear.
Yeah.
bro,
The Osiris is on.
I
I'm
would
just
even-
kidding. I don't think he ever wore those.
no,
but
I had those. I had the Osiris with the big tongue. I probably had 3 pair. And
Yes.
Did you skate in them?
No, he never skate. He did roller skate.
I did rollerblade.
Rollerblade, my bad. Roller skate, rollerblade.
I can still drop in, and
Yeah.
me and Anthony, we try. I try.
on rollerblades.
No, on a skateboard.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I could for sure do it right now.
For sure, yeah.
I
could.
mean, if we need to test it, I can.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did try to ollie up an embankment or like a curb,
Oh my
not
God.
very
From
high,
the
with
parking
Anthony
lot
and
Almost
to
was
the-
catastrophic.
to the sidewalk.
yeah, I can't do it right now. I had to get some practice.
Yeah, you need some practice.
I need some practice.
I
bro.
would say you got close,
Mm-mm.
closer than.
Anthony's gonna be in the comments like,
Yeah.
bro didn't get close at all because bro Anthony can ollie this high. Like he's dedicated
dude's
his
been
life.
skating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude's been skating.
Yeah.
Did nothing
Really
but skate.
impressive.
Yeah, he's good. Especially
He's got some pop in his ollie. Honestly, I can't.
But I would
lie.
say, like, if there's a hobby that guy had that
It would
he
be that.
probably put the most time into was probably skateboarding.
disc golf was pretty good too.
No.
Dude, that
Really?
guy.
Disc golf doesn't touch skateboarding for him.
I mean, it's been his whole life.
Yeah.
His whole.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He
Yeah, he's
worked
been-
at a skate park
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah, he worked at Ollie's.
Ollie's. Yeah.
Yeah, he did work at Ollie's. Yeah, I didn't ride skateboards. I rode a bike. I was really good on a bike. Right now, I could do anything you want me to on a bike. I guarantee it.
You're a badass.
I bet you couldn't listen to rock.
No.
So would you would you
listen to
ride-
country
and-
while I'm riding a bike. Yes,
That's weird.
I might listen to some rap.
That's
You know
crazy.
what
I like
Like,
listen. Hey,
you
I
you
like,
mentioned vibe
bro. I like.
earlier. Could you imagine watching X Games?
To
and they're-
country.
That's actually pretty good. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Dude.
What was the first car you ever had? I'm gonna go with Logan. We're gonna go down the line right here.
Oh,
Logan, what was the
man.
first car? I know. I love this story. I
So
love this.
I turned 16 and I needed a Honda Civic, bro. I was like,
They're great cars.
I can't wait to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and looked at one without my grandpa, and he was like, it better not be a stick. So
what year are we talking?
2002
Okay.
EM2, man. I was like, dude, I gotta have this car.
It was sick. It was a nice
It's
car.
so lame. Those cars are so lame to me now.
Well, at
but
the time they were.
I
Yes.
So
all the young
when I
kids wanted
bought
them.
it, the bumper on the front was black, and I covered the entire front with stickers.
Oh
like
my
I
god.
and like the whole thing was stickers, and I was like, dude,
That's it.
I'm him, bro. I felt so cool.
Badass.
But so the car was a stick, and my grandpa was kind of mad at me, and he was like, "We'll let it sit there then until you can learn to drive." And I was like, "I can't learn to drive until you teach me." So it sat there for like a month, and he finally got over it. And he's like, "All right, let's go learn how to drive it." So he took me up to the park, and Buckwheat in Dakota, they're playing basketball, and I think he did this on purpose. So he takes me up there. You know, you're trying to learn like how the clutch and how the gas work, and you know, I kind of seen them looking at me, so I kind of got nervous, and I was able to do it a couple times, and then they were looking at me, man, and all of a sudden I just like let off of the gas and the thing, and the clutch, and my car is going,
Dude.
vroom, vroom, vroom.
You hear like squeaking. We look over like, bro, we don't know that guy.
Dude. But dude, I had so much fun in that car. I learned how to work on cars on that car. I had Autotech. One time I wanted to put lowering struts on it,
Yeah, I
had
think everybody
no
wanted
clue
do that
how
with
to
those
do it.
things.
and took my whole car apart and had it there for like 2 weeks. Had to ride the bus because I took my car apart and didn't know how to put it back together. And there's just there's like four of my hillbilly friends, probably Shane Wright, shout out to Shane, Gregory Hopperton, who knew nothing. I don't even know why I listened to him. Couple other dudes, and we would all just sit around and we'd take about 3 bolts off every day, and like, man, this thing's never going back together.
Did you ever get it back together?
Yeah, eventually. And then, yeah, I drove the shit out of that car.
Was this about the time that Fast and the Furious came out?
No. Fast and the Furious probably came out when I was like 8.
What year was the first Fast and the Furious?
Early, like 99 or 2000.
Too
Was it?
Fast, Too Furious.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
was
this
only
was-
like 5 or 6 at the time. You were like 16.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
Yeah. Before
I
we
remember going to the movie theater and
don't
watching
ever
that.
don't tell your age neither, because I want them to guess
to
your
guess
age.
in the
Get-
comments.
Yes, guess in the comments in your
Okay.
age.
Well, I mean, kind of gave it away.
yeah, I
at
kind of
the
gave it
time,
away, but
if they can't do math, then we're good.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't want anyone that can't do math guessing my age. Like, if you don't know how to do simple math,
but
I don't
Fast and
care.
Furious, I remember seeing that in the theater, and dude, you should have seen the parking lot leaving.
Probably
the
straight
theater.
imports everywhere.
Oh my god, fart cans, everybody revving the shit out of the cars, burnouts. I mean, just as fast as you could go from one stop sign to the next.
dude,
Windows down, music up.
Mm-hmm.
find
Yeah.
another way home, pizza boy.
Man,
So,
those were the days.
dude, that movie honestly was like, the first one
Yeah, first
Yeah.
one.
was sick.
It got out of hand.
It slowly just turned into like outer space, but the first one, even the second one, they went off rails. But the first one, I was like, dude, this movie's badass.
It was pretty
Bro, those
sweet.
cars in it were sick.
Yeah, those were actual like Japanese tuners, like JDM. Now they just went off the rails and started adding like freaking spaceships.
But what's funny is like at the time, yeah, those cars were like, man, these things are badass. But then you look back and you see pictures of them and like people point out stuff on videos and stuff. Like if you
Yeah.
look back on old movies and different stuff, and you're like, man, I didn't notice that then. But they were like, it's kind of like if Exhibit got a hold of a car.
I don't know,
They
man.
kept
Those
those rides,
those
you
cars
know?
are still sick to me.
Some of them.
Oh, I know all of Paul Walker's,
Yeah.
Brian O'Connor's cars. were all sick.
Dude, the Skyline was sick. The one in Too Fast, Too Furious.
Maybe I'm just thinking of the orange. Was it an Eclipse?
Dude, the Toyota Supra. Oh my
no,
god.
was the Supra orange?
Oh, dude, that
That was
one
the
was
Eclipse, I
sick. The
think.
one that had like the dude's arm down
no,
the
that
side.
was the orange. Yeah,
yeah.
orange
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, you're gonna really, you're getting bashed for that.
I might have to look it back up.
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
watch it.
I wish, because some people really haven't seen all of them. So, like he said, they're kind of going. It did get kind of crazy, but no matter what in the movies, they always did heist. But the heist was always just stealing fuel. That's what they
Or-
started off on, was just stealing fuel from these from the semis. They would pull up,
Well, they were stealing electronics out of them.
Yeah, there's like stuff out of the back of the trucks too, right?
Yeah, like computers,
Yeah.
TVs. It
I
was
thought
like
it was
big ones.
fuel. That
TV
was stealing
plays.
fuel. I thought that was fuel, and then they would sell the fuel.
No,
Okay,
there's
I'm dumbass. Then.
they're
Were they
still
just
in,
like chucking gas cans?
No, like they took a whole entire.
I'm sure they've taken a tanker or something. I don't know.
I thought that was a tanker, but either way, they stole that stuff, and then they got into like
Been too long.
big ass.
Bank vaults.
Yeah, that was
They're
crazy.
two Chargers hauling bank vaults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got bad after Paul Walker
I've
was out
never
of
even
it.
seen Tokyo Drift.
Dude, that
That
is it.
That is it.
That's it.
That's a good one.
That
In
is
the
a good one.
starting of the week.
So
That
there's,
was a fire.
There's Fast and Furious, and then there's 2, and then there's Tokyo Drift.
Dude, you got to go home and
Fast and
watch
Furious. I think there's two
Yeah.
Fast, two Furious.
Tokyo
Yeah,
Drift.
and then
Uh,
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo
You need to
Drift,
go.
and
You
then
need to
there's,
watch that one. It's an American guy. He moves to Tokyo,
Mhm.
and he's used to being he was a streetcar racer at his high school, like drag strips, and then he goes over there and he becomes a drifter.
Mm,
Badass, dude.
okay.
Brand new movie. You guys should check it out. Tokyo Drift. Just came out, bro.
Oh, what was it that we just talked about this the other day? The movies that we got off topic a little bit because it was cars. We were talking about cars. I don't want to get into the movies.
I mean, we could do a movie reveal. My Buckwheat talking about long legs is
I
the funniest.
hate
Is the funniest thing I've
the
ever
dumbest
seen.
movie I've ever seen in my entire life. My wife got me down there to go watch it.
Oh, that's a newer. That's not newer.
Yeah, it
Just-
has Nicolas Cage in it.
Yes,
Just do the one
yeah.
thing that Nicolas Cage does in it.
Oh, what's he do? What was it? What was it?
I haven't seen that movie.
It was.
You
How'd it go?
came
It
in
was-
the
it-
shop doing that.
Fucking, he was like, I don't know exactly what he says anymore, but it's kind of like, yeah, I'm like, beep, boop, beep,
Well, it's both hands. It's like,
oh yeah, he's like, beep, boop, beep, boop. Dude, I'm like, I'm sitting in the front row because for some reason this entire movie is sold out.
And you're looking at her like, what the hell did you
her
drag me
whole
into?
family's with us, and I'm just sitting here. And when he did this, beep, boop, beep, boop, I'm like, she'll never pick a fucking movie again. This is it. I'm done. After this, I'm never coming back here.
Oh, hilarious.
But the we were talking about this the other day was what movies had the best soundtracks,
dude.
Oh yeah, and he said.
and I
that
said Shrek
Shrek.
because it had Counting Crows and it
Yeah.
had Smash Mouth,
Okay.
and you're like, oh yeah, well have you ever seen Guardians of the Galaxy? I'm like, no. And he's like, then you can't even say what's good then.
I
he's
did
like,
come out in front
oh,
of
then
you.
you-
Go
then
ahead.
you-
So
what-
I'm used to you.
What was the other movie?
I'm used to.
Oh,
I have to.
Deadpool.
I feel like I have to be on the defense.
Yeah, and
because
then
there's always like.
You're like,
a
you ever seen
rebuttal.
Deadpool? I'm like, no. You're like, yeah, you're stupid. Don't ever talk like that. Don't ever talk about soundtracks again. I'm like, bro, it was just my opinion.
And then I apologized. I said, you know what, you're right.
Yeah. This was 9
But you still can't talk
o'clock in the
about
morning. You started coming at me like that.
soundtracks.
Yeah.
I think you should give those a chance before you say that Shrek is the greatest.
And I never said the greatest. I said I think they're one of the best. I never said the greatest. I said that they're one of the best soundtracks.
Hey, I think they need to go to the comments section again and
Shrek.
put in
If
some.
you
Shrek
think, time out, if you
soundtrack.
think
Best
Guardians of the
soundtrack.
Galaxy or Deadpool even amounts to Shrek, the movie itself is insane to me.
Well, you don't know because you've never watched either one of them.
No, Shrek is iconic.
Shrek
I
is
agree.
`iconic.
I agree, but so
Guardians of the
is-
Galaxy or Deadpool is not.
I don't know.
Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack versus Shrek. Let us know.
Yeah.
Please, yeah. And I should listen to it, but
Yeah.
I've never even listened to it.
Just
But
watch the movie.
I do like their soundtracks. Their soundtrack's good on
Yeah.
all of the movies.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Then.
You
So
gotta watch
back,
it.
Logan's first car was a Honda. What was
Yeah.
your first car?
It was an Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. It was like a 1988.
That's pretty cool.
No. Like, I mean, you would think like if you hear Cutlass Supreme, you'd be
Yeah.
like, damn, that's probably like a hot rod. or it's fast or cool.
I just thought it was like,
So it was my grandma's car,
okay.
and she loved it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not hating that I got my grandma's car. That's awesome to
Mm-hmm.
be able to get a car when you turn 16.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. But I totaled it a month after having it.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was blue on the outside and blue interior, so the whole thing was blue.
I bet that was sick.
Badass.
Dude, let me
You
tell you
just
guys
said you hated
something
it.
really quick.
I mean, I didn't hate it. It just was not a great. It wasn't like a cool car. You know what I mean? Like a Honda Civic. Honda Civic for your first car would be like, that's pretty cool.
Dude.
But I was just happy to have some wheels.
Bro, both
you
of
know,
those
just-
cars were way better than what I had in my first car.
Well-
I had a piece of shit Cavalier with no muffler. And when Logan made fun of me every time. I'm like, niece, can we please get this fixed? She's like, yeah, we can try. So then we tried and it never got fixed.
Yeah.
Bro, Dustin Haar, he got a 78 Firebird for his first car.
It was bad.
It was
That is
bad,
pretty
dude.
bad,
It was
bro.
clean. It was like dark midnight blue on the outside and baby blue on the inside. So one day we're pulling out a football and it's raining. It's rear wheel drive and Dustin, we're all new drivers. So we're all same thing. We were like Fast and the Furious pulling out of the freaking student parking lot. We're all scooting out of there and Dustin's in front of me and he hits the
Guns it,
gas.
yeah.
Dude, I just watched my friend like I can see him in the driver
Doing donuts.
doing donuts. And I'm like, dude, I shouldn't be able to see you. And so then one day we're at the bowling alley and I was like, dude, Dustin, let me show you how to drive this damn car. And he was like, all right, just don't wreck it. And I was like, all right. So I put it in, it's 4-speed manual. I put it in first gear and I just launch out of this parking spot. I didn't know that there was one of those barriers, that the parking barriers.
Oh my God.
All the little bumpers,
Yeah.
the concrete.
Dude, this is his prized possession. It's nice as
Oh
hell
my God.
car. Boom! I hit down on it. And then I take off. I know the exhaust is gone. The car gets instantly so much louder. The exhaust is laying on the back, and I'm just literally like looking next to me, like Dustin, and I was like, I don't really know how to drive.
Let me show you how to drive this.
Hey,
thing.
let me show you how to
Psych.
get the hell out of this
I'm
car.
gonna- I'm
Yeah.
gonna wreck this thing.
That's funny shit.
Yeah, and that's a bad feeling.
Dude,
That feeling sucks.
Buckwheat though, he got a motorcycle, and the same thing. So both of us, we both got Harleys like early on.
Oh my
And
God. I'll never.
I tried to tell him because first, so my friend, shout out Joe Stewart, dumbest guy I know, dumbest guy I know. So
Does he
he's
know
like,
that?
he's about to. So, so he was like, "Hey, let me ride that motorcycle." I was like, "Do you know how?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he gets on it. We're in a parking lot, like an indoor parking lot. There's 2 rows of cars on each side. Dude, I've never seen someone come so close to wrecking. He takes all like the same thing that I did, like boom, 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 and he's like going right into a car, and he doesn't know anything. I just yell like, "Pull the clutch and the brake at the same time!" Like pulls
Flips
up.
over.
No, like dude, literally is able to stop like right before he hits a car, and I was like, "Turn it off and get the hell off my motorcycle, dude."
You know, you think
So then I
that-
tried to tell Buckwheat this, and he let someone try it his bike.
Got this new Sportster. We showed it to Logan. Logan's like, "Yeah, that's sick, bro." And we both.
This is
Both
why
got-
Buckwheat's keys fell out on the interstate because he
Yep.
can't keep
Everything
nothing
falls
in
out
his
of my pockets.
pocket.
I can't help that. The Dick's made these pants, so they suck. So anyway, got this Harley. I go to the Piddle Park.
Is this I hear this park all the time. Piddle
It's just
Park.
Piddle Park's in the middle of Dry Ridge. Just
Okay.
what we did. My buddy, shout out to Jordan Rose. Dumbest dude I know. Anyway, he gets. I'm like, you know how to ride this? He's like, yeah, bro, I ride 4-wheelers all the time. I'm like, yeah, well, this is not a 4-wheeler. Do you know how to ride this? He's like,
2 wheels.
yeah, bro, I got this. I said, you know how to ride the clutch? He's like, yeah. So we're on drive. The parking lot's kind of like a downhill slope, right? But we're on the flat spot. I'm like, all right, go. You're good. You can take off. I said, if you get too scared, just push the brake and just don't wreck it. So what's he do? We're on the flat spot. He gets on it and he gets it going. He comes down the hill and it falls over.
Brand new.
Brand
Brand new.
Dented my tank.
Ugh.
Scratched my muffler.
Yeah.
I was devastated. And after that, I knew that no one will ever write anything of mine again.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that mad.
yeah, I mean, shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it after it's done,
Mm-mm.
right?
No, he felt bad.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I think that's the worst feeling ever when he's like, "Let me drive that car. I'm gonna show you how to drive it."
Yeah,
And
that's.
he
I
rips
mean,
the exhaust off of it.
oh yeah.
That sucks.
Yep.
sure.
Well, I feel like this has got to come to an end at a certain point.
Yeah, for
We're like
sure.
an hour and 10 minutes in.
Damn, for real?
I think so.
I told
Wow.
you.
That was
Sometimes
That's
people,
pretty quick.
like I was telling some of the clients that come in, are like, "Oh, what do y'all talk about, and how long is it?" You know, when we first initiated all this, we were like, "Let's just do like 35, 40 minutes," because somebody's not going to be able to just sit there for an hour and watch this whole thing. Because
Yeah.
people are busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thought 30 to 45 minutes. Bro, if I'm using the bathroom, I will get sidetracked on my phone. I'll be in there for 30 minutes. So it's kind of long enough for that. That'd be just the right time.
Kind of like your old
But
job.
when you're in here,
Yeah. it's
What'd
like
you
his
say?
like his old job.
Kinda like your old job.
oh, you want to talk about old jobs? Okay, don't start with me. Don't come at me on this
I already
podcast.
told my
Don't come at
shittiest
me on this
jobs I ain't-
podcast. Anyhow, I mean, yeah, you get on here and you don't know how long you've been on here,
Yeah,
and you're
it's
just
weird.
talking.
Little time warp.
Yeah, so it's already been an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah.
That's cool.
But, I mean, we could cut the middle out if you want to talk about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, if you have, if you even are, if you're really educated, in 'em.
If you want to put
I wouldn't say that I'm educated.
If
on
you wanna
them. I've
put-
seen videos.
tinfoil hat on and get into one, you just go ahead.
Yeah, I like to. I'm just not very educated. I mean, I know we have a guy that is educated in the theories that I have, so I'd rather just wait for him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You talking about Tommy?
Yeah,
Yeah, Tommy.
Do you think that the birds have batteries?
No,
Okay.
no.
I've
do
killed
I
a
think
bird.
that there are drones that are made to look like birds. Of course. Yeah, that's a real thing. You look
where
that
did the
up.
bird with the battery? I've killed a bird. that
That's
didn't have a
why we
battery in
had
it.
COVID. They had to shut down the world to change the batteries in the birds. I'm kidding. That's according to some people. I think it's a joke, but
Dude,
some people I think really do believe that.
what do you
Change
think?
the battery
What do
in
you think
birds.
caused 9/11?
I don't think the planes did it.
You know,
No,
you think there's a bomb in there already, and it just happened to be at the same exact time?
no, it was coordinated. It was planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and you watch some of the videos, you can, and the people like the first responders on the ground, they talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, there was an
Is that why you
explosion
think,
in the,
like-
in the basement? I
Is that
heard a
why you think
giant
there was like
boom,
no
and then-
toilets in there when they got there?
No, Tommy brought that up.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's
Tommy.
it's interesting
Why there was no
Thought-
toilets in the World Trade Center?
because of like the percussion of the explosions, and porcelain has a frequency that just like vaporizes. I don't get that stuff. I'm just going by, you know,
Danny's just a
Just-
guy. I just want you guys to know Danny believes in aliens.
absolutely.
Danny believes in aliens. And he
Yeah.
told me one day, he came in and said, dude, you're not going to believe me, but I seen a UFO above my house.
hey, believe what you want to believe. That's a true story.
I got hit this in the head just because you said that, bro.
Hey, you know, this is the thing. Wild.
Just tell us what you seen.
Okay.
Dude.
All right.
And if you describe it as a circle,
See,
I'm gonna
this-
say it's a
First
moon.
of all,
Hold on, hold on.
show where's your alien tattoo?
I don't have an alien tattoo besides.
Oh, this right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have an alien tattoo. This is a
What is
UFO
That's a UFO
over a palm tree.
I got this in California. It was a little travel tat.
You've never been to the beach. Go
But
ahead.
there's a story about behind that. It's like the what do they call it? The War of
Ferry.
no, I can't think of it right now. But anyway, like they shot artillery at a spaceship in Los Angeles. Is like in the late 40s or early 50s or something. It's in the news and stuff. You can look that up. That's legit. They didn't know what it was. Anyway,
Okay.
what were we talking
Tell
about?
me
Oh,
about the UFO you
yeah,
seen at
yeah.
your house.
Yeah. Actually, my wife saw it first. She's laying on the patio on the outside, just looking up. She's like, "What is that?" And then I came up, and I couldn't see anything at first because it was like the height of it was
Right where the clouds are.
higher than you would see a plane, but obviously it wasn't like a satellite because you can see satellites in the sky too. And the size of it,
Can you?
oh yeah, especially at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
Oh yeah.
You ever
Um,
look at the stars?
Do you look at
I mean,
the sky?
I do, but when like you're talking about
I
the
don't-
blinking things,
I don't see you as a guy that looks at the stars, bro.
are you talking like the lights that like the satellite that's blinking? Is that what you're talking
like
about?
Starlink?
Are you talking like when you look at the damn stars, you see something blinking, and you call that a satellite?
No, they move.
Yeah, they
you
move
can
across
see
the
them going
sky.
across the horizon.
Like
And they're-
fast?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I mean,
a
they're
shooting
pretty-
star.
No, you can tell that it's a consistent speed. It's a satellite.
I've never seen that before.
You gotta look at.
I
the
thought
night
you were
sky,
saying
man.
like the blinking light going through the dark. I was gonna say that's a plane.
Okay, no. So
That's a plane.
so real quick before I get into what I saw, not
Okay.
really for sure what I saw. I'm just speculating.
You said it was a UFO.
Yeah, it's an unidentified flying object. It did not have any identifying features to me other than it was flying. But you bringing this up the way you did is like dismissive and it's comical. You know, like people. I think that's why people see stuff and they don't say anything
Yeah.
because they're afraid of being laughed at. But
No, I think that I mean Congress releasing studies that say that there's something going on up there.
yeah,
It's just still funny.
I mean,
It's still funny.
I think it's kind of wild that it's finally
Yeah.
being talked about. But yeah, it was something in the sky. It was like a reflective material, and I don't know if there was ever a spaceship. I think that I probably maybe saw one. I don't know. It wasn't a balloon. It wasn't a plane, and it was like doing a weird movement at a weird speed that I've never seen anything do before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
You know, I'm pretty sure Joe Burrow is like kind of like that with aliens. I think he's into that. I think I read something on that. So
I don't
Don't
believe
feel
I don't
bad.
believe you were reading. I think Anthony told you that.
no, really, I did read into that he's really popular into
believe
that.
it.
He's really into that kind of thing.
I believe it.
Nice.
Well,
Well, I think this is a tradition I do with Dan. I think that we should all tell a joke as we exit out of here. So Buckwheat, you
Let
got
me
it.
be last. I gotta
Okay,
think of it.
all right.
You are the ones with the dad jokes.
Danny,
oh man.
Damn, I don't know if I got a joke.
Wow, right on the spot.
you got a Jane joke if you got
Oh.
nothing.
Jane jokes. All right. For context on this, I learned these jokes when I was like 6, 7 years old, and I thought they were hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. But now I've learned that it's only funny if a 7-year-old tells them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell the joke because you like to hear it. I think you really think it's funny, but it's also like a 7-year-old's joke.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So, Jane's walking home from school one day, and she takes a shortcut through the cow pasture. And as she's walking, she looks down. She sees this giant pile of shit. Right. And on top is this little bitty fly sitting right on top of the pile of shit.
Mhm.
And Jane laughed and laughed. She knew that fly couldn't shit that much. See, like, I think it's only funny if you're a kid and you're saying shit for the first time to your friends, you know, and your friends are like, "Whoa, he just said shit." I don't know. I still think it's funny a little bit. But,
Yeah.
well, let's hear yours.
You ain't got one, Buckwheat?
Oh, I'm gonna have one, but I'm just gonna steal Danny's. That's one of Danny's dumbass jokes he says all the time.
All right, let's hear it.
What's the difference between a pound and a dollar?
What?
I don't say this all the time. I have said it before. But
You made this joke up. I did
I did
not.
not
I
make
did
this
not.
joke up. I
get-
can't
where
take
did I
credit.
get this joke from?
probably me. I
Okay,
heard
that's
it somewhere.
yeah. So what's the difference between a dollar and a pound?
I don't know what.
I don't dollar your mom.
Dude.
You told me that, and at that point, I knew that I was dumber than I was before you told me that.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Danny, I'll let you,
You just gotta have
choose.
fun with stuff, man. You know, you can't be too serious.
I'll let you choose my closing joke. I could do the grizzly bear,
Mhm.
or I could do the dog.
The dog.
The dog.
Not
with
the
a-
dog, bro.
Dog with a fever.
Oh, yeah.
Either or.
Either or.
All right, I think the dog with a fever is just short, and we need to wrap this up. You know, a little Bald Dave would say, "Wrap it up."
Yeah. Wrap it up.
But yeah. So a dog with a fever. What's the best medicine for that?
I'm I don't know. What's the best medicine?
Ketchup. It goes great on a hot dog. We'll catch you back
Yeah,
next
the
week
wood
at the
panel.
wood panel, baby.
That just killed me, bro.